Edge technology screens. Today we're going to be discussing about overpriced projectors. People are doing demonstrations with, and even big companies themselves are doing demonstrations with over high powered projectors. Now, I think the highest projector I use in some demonstrations myself is my Chrissy projector over here. This is a Chrissy LWU 420. Now this projector is around 4,300 lumens. It's 4,300 lumens. Most projectors only start off at 43. It's 43. It's a WXGA projector. It's widescreen, and the projector is 1900 by 1200. All right. So with the technology, the reason why we have so many old projectors, and I got to turn my lights on real quick. I'll show you some of the projectors we have here. $50 ViewSonic, $50 in focus projector, which I just got. Sorry about that. It's been a very busy day over here. I told you I'm working on a bit of a project going on right now. We have in focus projector, which was advised to me by a customer or somebody who came on YouTube, say, hey, you might want to check out this projector, which I did. Let me go turn my lights on first, okay? But that projector cost me $54. I liked it so much. I'm trying to get me another one. It's like, I don't know if people are watching what I do on here, because the minute I go in and try to get me another projector similar to the one I just bought, the price is always a little higher. I know we're going to come in and buy this projector. On my eBay account, if you go look up like my buying status, it's always good reviews, always get from people that always buy right away. So they never have to wait for their money, because I don't want to wait for mine. So I just go in and just buy. And not only do I buy, but if the projector is good and they got a bunch of them on there, I'll put the links out so other people can buy them. So I've actually sold out people's inventory by just posting the links like everywhere on Facebook and Twitter and just about every place else I can post them at. So if you're on eBay and you got some good stuff you're selling, I'll make sure you sell out. No time at all. I'll put the word out for you. All right, let me see what that's all about first. All right, so let me go turn the lights on. And like I said, I haven't been on because I'm kind of working on a few things, and it's been taking a lot of my time. I can't talk about it, but it's something really interesting. It's going to benefit everybody in the long run. So the main thing I get from customers all the time is I don't want to spend a lot of money for a projector. Trust me, I hear you 100%, because I don't want to either. And a lot of people, when you go on eBay can be a bit of a rat race if you don't know what you're looking for when it comes to projectors. I've done a lot of quad business on eBay. All my projectors literally from my house are from eBay. So I do buy a lot on eBay. And I kind of know what to look for when it comes to buying a good projector and what not to buy. Because I've had some bad experiences, but not a lot of them. Most of them are good. You're always going to bump into that one. I tell you from the door, if you're going to be paying through, it's a good experience. You're going to be paying through PayPal. You may want to, anything up to $500 or $400 to $500 if you spend it, get something really big. Big boy venue projector made for church or for business. You may want to do that PayPal to PayPal. I went through some stuff on a projector that I actually paid through my PayPal debit card. And keep in mind, you're not dealing with PayPal anymore. You'll be dealing with their debit card department, which is whoever attached to that card, you'll be dealing with them. And that process could take anywhere from a month to 90 days to you to get your money back. I'm dead serious, I'm not joking with you. I went through that with one of the projectors I have upstairs, the 505. I bought one of those and it didn't work. And I had it on camera, on a live, the projector not working. And I tried to go in and get my money back right away and to buy another one. And they were like, no, you paid for this with your debit card. You got to go through a different department. This is going to take a month to 90 days. It took almost close 2 months. And then after that, it's a lot of craziness behind that. I mean, a lot of craziness, because even though you paid for the item with your debit card, they want you to go through some kind of evaluation. You have to have a witness. You have to have an expert in projectors saying that what was specified on the projector that went wrong and how it went wrong. And you got to send that in, and then they got to go take care of that. Go through 3 appeals to get my money back. So the next time I buy a projector, I do it through PayPal. The PayPal, because that's a 10 to 30 day. Just lesson learned if you buy a projector, if you're buying something that big. All right, so what we have here on display is the that Black Infinity technology, slate Black Infinity, and projectors we're going to be using in the demonstration are going to be my focus projector. I love this projector, even though it has a few scratches on it. You can fix that too on Amazon. I literally thought this was part of my sofa. On Amazon, they have a scratch repair kit for black surfaces, for black plastic, for cars and stuff like that. Works the same way. I just haven't got around to that. And if I can figure out where I bought the remote control, I bought the remote control for that too. So those of you might want to mount that to your ceiling. Here's the remote control. This is the original InFocus remote control. I got it for around $13 right there for the remote control. You decide you want to mount it to the ceiling. This is all digital display. I've never had a projector with a digital display. And now keep in mind, even though it doesn't have the HDMI ports on the back of it, no worries. This is why you have this little lucky little thing right here. This is an HDMI to VGA converter. Things work fantastic. I did a demonstration with VGA on one side and HDMI on the other side. You can tell which one was which. This over here, it's another portable projector. Comes with a case. You can get these all over Amazon. Sorry, eBay, not Amazon. I'm going to charge you full price for it. This one cost me 28 bucks. That's it. $20. Nice Optimum projector, remote control, or 9 yards. And I said before, don't worry about if it doesn't have the ports, because you buy one of these. These are fantastic too if you want to add extra ports to the back of your system. All right, so let's get this started. All right, so at the end of the day, it comes down to your screen. None of those projectors would mean jack right now if I didn't have this technology. If I didn't have the technology, it would look like crap on my screen, period. Now, like I said, I'm going to be using from now on, we're no longer going to be using the Chrissy. The Chrissy is fully retired from all demonstrations. We're done with it. It's a 4300 lumen projector. It's 1080p. It's too powerful. So we're not going to use it anymore. This is going to be the main projector for now on. This is the 600 by 800, 800 by 600, 720p SVGA projector that I paid 150 bucks for. I got to give a review to that guy too, because that projector came here brand new. He said used. That thing wasn't even used. It still had wrapping on it. So I was like, oh, that's quite impressive. So let's get that started, because I'll get this in now, because the next 2 days I'm going to be ghost, which means I'm going to be working on that project back again. Got a little free time. I bought my Oculus over there on the floor. Did a little Star Waring back and forth, and then after that jumped off and then went back to the project. Got to take a break or I'll go crazy. People are like, where's the project? Where's the project? And it has something to do with this summer. That's what it does. It's just something we're working on for this summer. I want these inflatable screens to look magnificent outside. You know what I mean? All right, remote control. We need remote control for this. Which is the remote control for down here? I'm curious to know which one it is. Is it this one? Nope, it's the one for over there. Ah, man. All right, let me find the remote control. We had it here. We just don't have it here. I'll figure out which one it is. We'll find it. 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 Why don't you tag them? I do tag. No, I don't tag them. That's a lie. I don't tag them. I don't tag them at all. I pick one up, set it down to another one. It's probably on the sofa somewhere. Crazy when you have a black sofa and everything blends in with it. I lost a cell phone there one time. Went into the house looking for my cell phone. It was on the couch being sofa the entire time. All right. Let me go check upstairs. Let me go check upstairs. I'm going to swap out on all these projectors today, but let me go check upstairs. My biggest problem is usually when I'm downstairs and I can't figure out what remote control goes where, I will grab all of them, bring them upstairs to save the time of going back downstairs. And they'll be upstairs somewhere all together mixed up. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Thought we had everything together. Yes, it did. Find out which remote control goes up there. the lights. Okay. Mr. Bird has lost his remote controls. I don't know where I put it at. Honestly, that is true. Okay, just want to search around a bit, that's all. It's one of the common things that I do with my stuff is lose it. Had everything set up. I'm gonna have to swap out the one for upstairs and bring it down here because I'd be surprised if I knew where I put it at. Oh. You know what I need? I need me one giant command pad for everything. Literally for everything. That's what I need. A giant tablet for everything. For all my stuff. Just commands or freaking Jarvis would be fantastic. Hey Jarvis, can you just never mind, we found it. Yeah, so in the kitchen, I'm restocking the pantry. I'm going to restock. I got to do some shopping on Amazon. And I'm adding what I got in my inventory. And I left it right there. Told you. That's a bad habit. I lose things all over the house. It's a good thing I don't drive. Because good gracious, I would never find my keys. Like never, ever will find my keys. All right. So we're doing this on 600, 800 res, 720p. That's it. This is why you don't need expensive projectors. The problem is, and I explained to people before, when we do all this test against high performance screens, when we show those color patterns and the screens don't come up correctly, don't pull off those proper blues and reds and greens and stuff, you know, the contrast levels don't pull up. This has a 22,000 to 1 contrast. And the problem is the fact that the screens haven't caught up to the technology of the projectors. Projectors are old, but keep in mind, like I said, the screens we have now are still not even at the level of where these projection screens are. And the reason why it's true is because a few days ago, I did a demonstration by taking a 1,000 lumen projector and sticking it outside my window and doing a distance throw from outside the window while I was being hit with sunlight, passing through the room and making contact with the screen, the 17 acoustic with a 130 watt lamp. And I made that, and when I sat there and said, like, keep in mind, when this projector came out, they had this in a dark environment. This is a work projector, you know, they're designed for boardrooms and spreadsheets and so forth. And they had that projector in a dark environment because that screen, that projector had the capability of producing a well-lit environment, such that technology wasn't there at the time. Now here we are many years later, I own that projector and I'm using it in a fully lit environment beyond what they're used to using it. So that projector's technology was perfectly fine. The only problem is the fact that if your screen doesn't produce proper ambient light rejection, and if it doesn't have the capability to produce proper color, then your projector can't either. It doesn't have that capability. You can have a 22,000 to 1, you can have a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast. If you're trying it on a screen that doesn't have the ability to pull that contrast level, you are not going to see it. This is the reason why if you have to calibrate your screen, that is a huge red flag that your screen is failing you. Not your projector, your screen's failing you. And this is on a 720p, $150 projector. That's it. I think brand new, they're probably about $260 brand new if you got one of these right here. Now people will actually bypass these projectors because they'll go, nah, I don't want it because the bottom line, you know, it's 600 by 800 res. The image is not going to be that good. Yeah, you have no idea what you're missing out on. Now when I combine this with the technology, this is what I get in a fully lit environment. I'll show you the distance on how far my projector is sitting back. There's my projector. That's how far it sits back from the screen, and that's the image I'm pulling up on 600 by 800, 800 by 600. This is an SVGA. This is way lower than what I'm used to using when it comes to 720p. 720p's I usually use XGA or WXGA. This is SVGA. And people say, oh, but you can't the res? No. The reason why the image comes up and the image doesn't come up that sharp is because the screen can't produce the image. It all comes down to the screen at the end of the day. This is no calibrating, nothing. Right out of the box, when I bought it, been the same way. Why change it? Move this over a little bit off to the side here. There we go. Now this is on the new screen paint we have on the website. We call this the Infinity Black Slate. And as the days go on, we'll switch over to some other screens we have. We'll do this with some of the lower screen paints we have, the gray screen paints. We'll do this. Oh, we did it with the gray screen paint. I forgot about that. We did do it with the gray screen paint. We've done that one already. But what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I got a little free time in there. What we're going to do is we're going to do a side-by-side. We're going to take this 4300 lumen 1920 by 1200 Chrissy projector. We're going to put it next to this projector. We're going to do a side-by-side screen display. And keep in mind, this is the same projector I used when I did the TV set versus the 12. Same 600 by 800 res. Kind of get it where the projector's not shining in the front. The projector right now, when it goes off, is hitting the right here on the front. I can't see what I'm watching on that end. Come out of here. Let's bring out this one right here. Now you all see me do color and patterns on this screen. We do color and patterns on all our screens. We take a certified screen and multiples of them. We'll tape them up against the screen. We'll start off with blues and reds and greens and white levels and contrast levels. And you'll see where the screen is able to produce higher reds and different colors. So the same colors you're seeing in that pattern is the same color you're going to be able to see when you actually display an image off the screen. If the color fades in that cut pattern, it's going to fade when you produce red on that screen. It's the reason why I can have 6 ultra short throws in my house. My ultra short throws in here only cost me between $130 to $180. Those are the NECs, the ones I have littered throughout the entire house. I have one of those just about in every room. My main projector over there using blue, $59. That's it. When people sit there and say, well, it's a 720p, it's outdated. No, your screen's outdated because you can't see what I'm watching on my screen on your screen. So we don't have any 4K or laser 4Ks. I got one 1080p in the house, and that's in the gaming room. It's a Chrissy 505, but everything in the house, my main projectors all throughout the entire house are all 720p's. And we don't even have the lights out. Consider that too. Most people have to turn the lights out to show the advancement of the screens. We can keep the lights on. So I'll come back here behind the projector, and we can step all the way back here. Take a look at the environment. Anywhere I move, the screen is supposed to pull. I have customers who spend a lot of money for a projector and they can't get the image. I'm getting off the 720p. That's why we're going to retire the Chrissy. Usually we use the Chrissy projector for doing demonstrations, and it's an old projector. It was discontinued in 2012. It's an old projector, but I feel it's too powerful. We're not going to use it anymore. We're going to stick to the 800 by 600 720p SVGA. That's what I'm using for now on. As a matter of fact, if I got a chance to go to one of them shows, I'll take that projector with me. That's a beautiful image. Let's go over here. See the angle right there. Nice and clean. So the reason why they use such high power, you ever watch big companies, the reason why they spend the money for the best projector they can get their hands on, It could be two reasons. It could be one, because it could be advertising for that company. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And then on top of that, if you have the most high-powered projector, that means the projector does all the work. And the projector does all the work, that means your screen is going to have very little flaws. Because you have to rely on that projector. If that's the case, it can do what I'm doing right now. They can come out there and give you a 720p display. Guarantee you. You go to a booth. I've been to the booth for a Screen Innovation. They had it, which is way back, mind you. And I went to the booth they had for the Black Diamond. Sat in the booth. I wanted to get up and I wanted to look at the screen from the angle, and the guy kept sitting me down in the center screen, in the center of it all. But people will sit in that booth, and the first thing to do is they're overwhelmed by the lights in the environment and the movie theater chairs and the displays and all that stuff, and looking at the screen. They never think about the projector standing behind them. Because I guarantee the projector they're probably using in that demonstration is far more expensive and powerful than the projector you might have at home. There's no way in the world you're going to get a 50,000 lumen projector. What I said was it 10,000? The Sony $50,000 10,000 lumens ultra short throw laser 4K projector. Now you watch that in the demonstration. Say you got a 1080p at home. Think with the same picture quality? Not even close. I bet your projector is better than the one I got behind me. So how clean the picture looks. At the end of the day, it's your screen that makes up your projector. Now, unless you got a knockoff, then that's a different story. But if you got a, doesn't make a difference. You can have one of these. Some people go out and buy the knockoff projectors because they overhype them. They're supposed to be 4K. They're supposed to be, some say they're 15,000 lumens. Other claims to be all these huge bells and whistles they put on there. And then you get home and it's like the equivalence of a Disney flashlight. I'll lie to you not. You come off much better if you just buy an SVGA or a 720p projector. Even a 1080p projector is considered a huge bump up on this. Think about it. An SVGA 600 by 800, 800 by 600, where you want to put it, looks this good. Then what happens if I bump it up to an XGA or a WXGA or a 1080p? Got enough money left over to buy yourself some movie chairs, maybe a popcorn machine over there. I got myself one of these popcorn machines, you know. You know what it's like for me to shop on eBay? I'm a kid in a candy store in there. That's why I have so many projectors. I can go in there with about 300 bucks and walk off with a couple projectors. I don't have to worry about whether it's 600 or 800 res or whether it's 1080p or 4K. I don't worry about none of that. So what's the contrast ratio? Don't really need it to begin with at all, period. Screens have coding embedded into them. I don't really care about that. I don't have to worry about that. Let's go buy a projector and be done with it. I bought this projector for one reason, because I had the 235.1 option in it and I needed it for a demonstration. That's it. I couldn't care less about the other stuff in it because it's not going to affect the screen. Somebody go on Amazon and see how much you want for a projector. I bought this projector twice. I bought it the first time. I bought it brand new. I got it off Amazon. I paid for like years ago. It's probably a lot cheaper now. I got it for like 260 bucks. Then I saw it on eBay. Somebody had it for 150 and I bought it over there. Look at the image right there up close. Where are you losing any detail? Somebody mentioned something about the screen door effect. The only way you would see the screen door effect, you would literally have to be sitting right up on top of the screen. This is a 92-inch screen right here. My projector is probably sitting back. The length from here to here is around 13, 14 feet. So even at 10 feet, you're not even going to see a screen door effect. You would have to be literally sitting right up on top of the screen. Look into a TV close enough, you can see pixels in your TV. No one's going to sit that close to the screen. If that was the case, you'd be able to see it on camera. You'd just see huge squares all over the screen if that was the case. All right, so we're gonna pause here. I like this video. There's a lot of pretty colors in there. We got this at, mine, this is gonna be a bump up. I think this might be a bump up. Or this is 3,600 lumens. Like I said, not a good price. 3,600 lumens, 22,001 contrast. But the rest on this one is 800 by 600, 720p SVGA. We're gonna swap it out over here for the in focus, which is, I think it's an XGA projector at around 3,000 lumens. That's 2,800 lumens right there. So I'm gonna swap it this. This price for this one was $54. And that was actually a customer, not, he wasn't a customer yet, but he came in and said, hey, look, you may want to check out this projector. Went online, looked it up, bought it. It was a good deal. Yes, very good deal. Didn't focus, very good deal. All right, so we're gonna fire this one up. Swap off for something over. I like that projector right there. That SVGA projector looks incredible. I love that projector. All right, and it has a quick shut off. Now, usually you have to wait a while for the projector to shut off. It is off that fast. Venue projectors, some venue projectors take some time to shut down. They do. They take a little bit to shut down. And it's small, nice little size, not that big. It's actually a lot smaller than my ViewSonic ultra short throw there on the floor. I think it's much bigger than that. All right, so we're gonna swap out. I'm gonna grab this one. Sorry if you've seen me unshade. I usually shave my head, but like I said, usually when I'm working on projects, I don't have any time for the whole shaving routine. I'm caveman-ing it for the next couple of days. All right, so let's hook this one up. So we're going to go from 36 to 3,000. That's where we're going. I'm going to show you this interface too. Where's the adapter? Oh, crap, the adapter. I just pulled it off too. Just had the adapter. This is the reason why I don't need to have things in my hands. Well, I can. Did you lose your adapter? Yeah, I did. I lost my adapter. That's what Ken does best. Ken loses things. Oh, here it is, right here. I told you if I set anything on top of that sofa, it won't find it because it's black. Right here. That's the adapter I want to use. You want to make sure when you use these adapters that it has an audio output on it, because once you plug this in, your sound is going to be gone. So make sure your audio is good to this. Right, so I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to come back and show you the part real quick. All right, so this is how we're going to hook it up. Come over here real quick so I can show you. So this is how we're going to hook it up right there. Just run it through there, you're done. I like this display because it's all digital. I never had a digital display for a projector. And that's the in focus. I've seen in focus quite a few times, but I just didn't know which model to buy because I've never bought an in focus before. And the customer came in and just, man, thank you so much. That was real cool of him to do that. Come in and tell me that. And I'm glad I shut my mouth and listened to him, because sometimes I can get a bit arrogant and say, I got 40 projectors and I don't need another one. I gotta shut my mouth and listen to what he had to say, because this came out to be a really nice projector. Really good, nice one. Very, very nice one. Thank you again. So let me see. Let me just shrink the image a little bit there. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit so it fits in the screen. We don't have the focus. Keep in mind, I got to get used to not using the screen shift. I'm used to using screen shift, and I got to get used to not using it. So now I have to do things another way. They should literally make all projectors with lens shift. I don't know why they don't. I think they should. They should make them all with lens shift. That makes it so much easier on the consumer just to make it lens shift. Because then you don't have to worry about where it's going to go and all that other nonsense. You just put it in place, blow it up, and you're done. They should make that for everybody. But lo and behold, it would cost them too much money to do so. Not really, to tell you the truth, when you think about it. I mean, that projector over there by ViewSonic is an SVGA, but it has an anamorphic lens on it. You know how much an anamorphic lens costs? It's a lot of money for an anamorphic lens. And they have one on there, and you can do 235.1 on a projector that will cost you 150 bucks. Is that cool or what? And it has a 22,000 to 1 contrast. So you can't tell me you can't add that in there. You can add that in there. Just don't want to add it in there. Oh, shoot, Keystone is automatic. What? I'm still experimenting with this projector. All right, so there we go. Let me go grab my, what are we grabbing here? Remote controls. We need remote controls, of course. All right, come out of here. And let's, there we go. So this is a projector I paid $54 for. And at the end of the day, like I said, it comes down to your screen. So with this technology I have, I can pretty much throw anything I have in my arsenal at this screen and still get an amazing image in a fully lit environment. And this projector is still set in the factory settings. I don't touch the settings when I get these projectors over here. There's no point. Have I learned how to operate sound on this thing yet? Oh, I forgot. It's running through the converter. Yeah, if you're running through the converter, keep in mind it's going to disable sound. So you have to run this through. You have to have a separate output for the sound. It does disable sound for the projector, so you know that from the door. So if you plug this in when there's adapters in and you're thinking there's something wrong with the sound, there's nothing wrong with the sound. It just disables the sound altogether. And the lamps for these projectors are cheap. I tell a lot of people when you buy projectors, what you want to do is you want to make sure how much it's going to cost you for your lamps. That's very important. Because a lamp can mean an arm and a leg. I was actually in the process of buying a venue projector and found that the lamps were going to cost me like $1,500 for the lamps. I was like, ooh, that's not going to happen. They can get quite expensive. Let me see what we got in the menu, because I never even popped in my menu in this bad boy. I've never been inside of an in focus menu before. Look, still in factory settings, 50/50 right down the line. Yep, it's still in factory settings. J and K, 4K. Let me get that off here. It's in focus. This one, like I said, price for this one, $54. And like I said, it's still sitting in factory settings. Environment, see the lights out. There you go, that's the lights out if you choose to see it that way. I'm trying to do both for everybody. And they run for that price. Literally, I went online and checked a few of them out. They'll run for something like 50. Highest you'll pay is like 60, 70 bucks. But $70 is so cheap for a projector. I mean, it's really cheap for a projector. That's when I asked people, I said, what's your budget? And they'd be like, oh, my budget's like 500 bucks. Oh, we can get a lot of cool stuff. They might get a couple projectors out of that one. We get a projector for the outside and the inside. Remember, I don't know where you live at. Some of y'all might live in some real warmer areas where you basically can get outside all the time. Boy, I envy you. I really do. Because, man, if I lived in a warmer area where I could be outside all the time, I would have some crazy stuff outside my house, man. I can only be out there for a couple of months because, like I said, it gets cold down here. But, man, if I was in California or Florida or Texas, I got family over in Dallas, Texas right now. They're doing okay. But, like I said, man, usually when it's cold up here, they're barbecuing with flip-flops on, you know, over there. So it's different, you know. But, man, if I had that set up, man, oh, I would have the ultimate patio setup. It would be insane. I mean, it'd be absolutely insane. It'd be crazy. I'm like, what the freak is that? I have a 235.1 wraparound curve, and it would be basically all black. It would be black, and it would be transparent. You know, we make transparent black technology. So I can put the projectors behind it and have it like a curve and have the seating sitting all around it with a barbecue pit. Oh, yeah, it'd be insane. It'd be absolutely insane. It would definitely be insane. I definitely would have hooked up. I got a couple of really crazy ideas, but as I said before, I'm giving the backyard to the squirrels. They're getting the backyard. My whole big backyard, I'm getting to the squirrels. There's no point in disrupting their comfort for a few demonstrations. Not going to do it. I got plenty of room in my driveway to put an inflatable screen. Plenty of room. And these animals are domesticated too, because a few of them don't move. When I walk right up to them, they do not move at all. They just kind of look at me like, okay, human, where's food? So I'm going to actually turn the backyard into a squirrel sanctuary and wire the entire backyard with all forms of cameras back there. So that way I can do some demonstrations with, we're going to swap up real quick. We're going to do some demonstrations. I got a few customers and a few friends of mine that are nature fiends. They love nature, and we're going to wire the entire backyard with cameras so that way they can watch these animals in their habitat. I too would like to watch them too. So that's what we're going to be doing for the backyard. All right, let me see right here. This is a strange projector. I'm used to basically holding one time to turn it off. You tap that and it goes off. All right, we're going to swap out for the 28. And I may have to do a whatchamacallit on that projector. I might have to change my lamp on that projector. Two signs you know when your projector is about to go down. When it comes to lamps, one is flickering, the other one is dim. When it comes up dim, that's how you know. And I'll tell you why. When I throw the 28 in, you'll see the 28 come up much brighter. Yeah, we're going to turn the backyard into a sanctuary for these squirrels and just about everything else I got back there. Not only just squirrels, I have red robins and what's the other thing we had back there? It was kind of strange. We had red-tailed hawk. 2 red-tailed hawks landed in the backyard. Red-tailed hawks. Didn't kill anything. 8 took off. I think I told the story already before. All right, we're going to use 2800 lumen. 2800 lumen Optima projector portable. And then the one we had, it was 3000 lumens. So we're going to that one right there. Oh, I forgot adapters. All these have to take adapters. Adapter from here. What? Power this big one. Do this right here. Now we're swapping out for the Optima. That one, I'm going to have to go online and take a look at the lamp because the lamp was kind of dim on that one. This is the Optima. This is 2800 lumens. All right, here's my Optima logo. A small little projector. You sure do produce a big image. Where's the back of this right here? Is it what I need? I think I had this one set up for upstairs. Okey doke. See, told you. I know enough about projectors. This is 2800 lumens. The other one was 3000 lumens. The fact that the 3000 lumens was coming up that dim is a clear indicating that the lamp needs to be changed on the projector. This one's 2800 lumens. And look how bright the image is. That's how you know. And next thing after that, we'll get a flickering on the screen. It means the lamp has to be changed. And change enough lamps on enough projectors, you'll see the signs when they pop up. Usually, the first thing that comes up, you should be getting a warning indicator unless somebody disabled them. Other than that, see how bright the image comes up? That's 28. This is 3000 with, in focus with 3000. This one's 28, and this is the portable. Now the lamp on this one is actually nearly brand new. So that one's going to have to be, I have to order the lamp. The lamps are cheap on that. They're like $25. That's what I tell people. Also, too, if you're buying a projector first time, check the lamps, see how much the lamps cost. See if the lamps are going to be available within the United States. Sometimes you can buy some projectors and the lamps are only available overseas. That could be a problem right there. It could take you forever to get your lamp for number one. Also to check for parts, how much parts are going to cost you, especially if you're buying venue projectors. If you're a company or a school or business and you're buying a venue projector the first time, you may want to check to see how much those parts are going to cost you if you have to replace them, or basically if you have to basically change out your lenses, because lenses could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. Even if they're older ones, it can cost you thousands of dollars. If you go and get barcode projectors are extremely expensive. A barcode projector that doesn't have, that's an SVGA, lot of you nuts, 800 by 600 res, and that may have nothing, no VGA, no VGA, no HDMIs on the back of it whatsoever. It could have DVI and it could just have the black VGAs on the back of it. That projector will still cost you about a good $3-4 grand easily, because it's a barcode. They're very expensive projectors. Still want to get one. I want to get one just to see what it's like to have one. That's why I want one. I just want to see what it's like to have one, to own one of them. But that's the first sign I know when a projector needs to be changed. I change it when it's too dim. Anytime you have a 28 higher than a 3000, yeah, I can tell how dark the image was coming up. It has to be used. I have to change out the lamp, which means I have to go in and figure out exactly where the lamp's at. Because some are not, it can't be on the top, because it got the digital display on the top. It has to be somewhere in a hidden, oh, I see the lamp right there. Oh, it's on the side. Is it on the side? Two things. On the back. Well, okay. This is going to be a mystery for Mr. Bird. I got to figure out exactly how to change the lamp on that bad boy, because I'm not seeing any compartments on it. Pretty sure it's there somewhere. Yeah, you're looking at some stuff like to watch it. I'll watch model trains all day. I literally watched about 2 hours of somebody building a layout for a model train. I lied to you not. Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm into. I'll watch this stuff for hours on end. I love trains. One of these days, like I said, when it's time for me to retire, I got a train that I am looking at getting my hands on. If you ever seen these things, they're so big you can literally ride on top of these trains. They're huge. And they've got a membership, some kind of club you can go to, and people share information about their trains and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of trains. Just never bought a few of them. Look at this, man. Look at that right there. That's beautiful. The work, people look at these train models and they go, oh, it's not much work. There is so much work involved in building these things. It's freaking insane. Is watching how they basically would do their landscape and everything. Beautiful jobs, man. That and massive RC planes and trucks and all that stuff like that. I love all that stuff. Okay, let me get into this, because right now I got an urge to go here and watch this right now. Let's check out, let's see. It's Samsung 4K demonstrations. Because now I'm just itching to go over here and watch some of those demonstrations. I love them. Watch them all day. RC planes, RC submarines, it doesn't make a difference. Bulldozers, tanks, I don't care what it is. By remote control, if it's done by remote control, yeah, I'm into it. I love it. I'm fascinated by the giant jumbo airplanes they have. These things are humongous. And they take these things up, they fly them around, and they land them perfectly. I'm just amazed by that. Your portable projector right there. These projectors are good. This is a nice kick around projector. If you're going to have it for like outside on your deck or something like that, because like I said, the screen paint we're working on right now, we're working with this stuff basically. It's going to activate on 1,000 lumens. The minimum is going to be 1,000 lumens when we first start off with this. So this is going to be perfect for what we have laying around here. It's going to work out fantastic. So if you're going to do a screen size, let's say if you're going to do a projector of 1,000 lumens, I would keep it in a screen size of 100 inch to 120 inch, to tell you the truth. That's where I would stay at. Anything beyond that, you're kind of like pushing the limits right there. And I told you about a couple. I thought they had the most coolest setup I have ever seen. And I mean coolest setup. It was on a balcony of a house, I guess an apartment. They had an apartment. It was on a balcony. They made that balcony into a tropical paradise. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I like the fact how they built a sandbox. They put a sandbox in, and then to keep the sand from getting wet, they had tarp over top of it to keep the sand dry. But they turned that little balcony with a little styrofoam. They used a styrofoam screen. They had the portable projector. They had their lounge seats out there. Oh, it's amazing. It was amazing. I like stuff like that. When people take something, they don't have to have a lavish setup. I like the people who have the setups where they build something out of nothing. That's what I like. That's what I'm into. People who do something, they can have the smallest little setup. That's what I like. Anybody has a giant setup, anybody can do that. If you got that kind of money, set up anything you want. But somebody who basically can set something up out of nothing, a nice little piece of paradise, something like that, that I find fascinating. Let me take our lights out. And this is 28 at about 13 feet back. I'd say from my living room from here, it is about 13 feet. And I do buy it for a lot of my customers, and my customers come in and the first thing they ask, like, okay, I haven't bought it. I ask them, you bought a projector? Or what kind of projector do you have is the first thing I'll ask you. Either they tell me or they haven't bought one yet. It's okay, you haven't bought one yet. I got a few vendors on eBay that I can help you get a really nice projector for. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You could pretty much save a lot of money with your wallet. And I'll say my wallet's going to be about $3 grand. Like, oh, that's too much money. That's way too much money. Let's try $500. Let's bring it down to $5. Some of you may come in and might not have a $500 wallet. They may have a $200 wallet. Still can find you something. Not a problem at all. I got no problem with hunting down projectors for customers. You know, helps everybody out. So it's a win-win for everybody. I know it's going to work on our technology because, like I said, we test all low-end projectors anyway. On top of that, it gives them a really good deal. I got somebody a BenQ, a 1080p BenQ for like $130. But you got to know what you're looking for. It's not hard to do. You just have to know what you're looking for. You want to check those pictures. Definitely want to check those pictures. Those pictures don't give you the ability to zoom in on them. That's something you may want to back away from. If it has any massive cracks or like I said, a chassis of a projector is well constructed. If someone's able to crack the side and pull a piece out of a projector, that means there's more damage in the projector than the outside looks. That's stuff you got to worry about. Don't worry about your filters and stuff. That stuff, filters are cheap. Those are the kind of things you want to look for. People are buying venue projectors. If it doesn't come with a lens with it, I wouldn't suggest buying it. That lens could literally cost you more than what the projector is actually worth. There's a reason why they pull the lens out. They pull the lens out to sell it. That's why. Or maybe a model without a lens, you know? So, you know, you gotta look at it that way. We're going to copy down my number here on the back of my projector here. Turn on this for a minute. We're going to copy down the number of my projector over here, which is a PA503S. We're going to go on Amazon and see how much they want for that projector and how many they have on eBay that you can have, you can get. So we're going to go upstairs with this projector right here. I'll just connect my baby here. And it has to stand by. Let's see how much you can get this projector for. Now, out of all of these, which one would I choose? This one. This is the one I would choose, hands down. I would choose this one. It has a 22,000 to 1 contrast in this projector. On top of that, it has 235.1 option, which means you have the option now. If you want to do a 235.1 widescreen, such like this thing over here, you have that option in there. You can do that. You can go 16:9 or you can go 235.1. It's up to you. There's actually a way how you can get both screens in one. It's kind of a little trick. One of my setups for my projection screen setups, Usually when you're doing a screen, it's probably something like 3 feet or 2 feet high and about 14 feet wide. What I did was actually made it a little bit higher than the actual height of the screen. And that allowed me to put a good size. If I wanted to switch it over to 16:9, I actually had like a 140-inch screen or 150-inch screen. Out of the screen, it was 178, something like that. Okie dokie. So let's disconnect that out of there. That out of there. I'll show you something too real quick. Like I said, with this projector, only has one HDMI port on the back of it. But like I said, you can always add an extra. But one of these right here, always add an extra. If you want to add an extra there, you can. All right, so let's go upstairs. And let's see how much it's going to cost us. I remember there was the Oculus today. If there's going to cost us, if I were to buy this, and it should be in circulation already on Amazon. Sorry if my upstairs is a bit messy. It's a bit messy up here today. This is the tech room. I know people are saying, like, why do you have a TV in here? Aren't you supposed to? The TV is to test our screen paints against TVs. The new stuff we're making now basically runs are tested against TVs. All right, so this is my little monitor I got now. Look at the size of this thing. I think it's so small. I use this just for work. So we'll go on Amazon and see how much. That thing has a sensor touch switch on the back of it. I like it. It's pretty cool. I don't have to press any buttons. Just run my hand across the back of it and it whoop, comes on. Let's go online. This morning, freaking Pico decided to shut the power off on everybody on the block twice. Bring it on, bring it back off. You know, people got expensive equipment. I have everything running through Surge. That's why it's important to don't plug anything into the wall. Because it doesn't have to be you. It could be somebody else doing that mess. They're like, oh, we didn't feel that's why we did it late at night, because nobody would know. Anyway, I'm wanting to figure out why your stuff ain't working. You should have put it directly to the wall. I'll come out of all this. We don't need to be in here right now. I'm going to go over in here. Really? Can I go over in here? All right, and I need to go to Amazon. We're on Amazon right there. Amazon's right there. Because the first time I bought this, I still want so much money for that freaking screen. I don't know what happened. When that screen came out, it wasn't even that expensive. I wanted to paint one of those too. It wasn't that expensive when it came out. And all of a sudden, that sucker jumped. So we'll go with the ViewSonic. ViewSonic projector. Projector. I haven't done one of these in a while. Usually just come on and do the video and leave, but like I said, I've got a little time today. Projector, and then we need the model number of this on the back of this projector, which will be, if you're looking to get one, it's a PA, and I'll put it in the bottom too, 503S. 503S. Let's see how much they got here. Oh, told you. No. Wait. That's not it. That's definitely not it. Look at this crap right here. Look at this nonsense already from the door. Amazon, seriously, these fake projectors. You got to kill it with this nonsense. 1080p. This is not the projector, trust me. 1080p, 6,800 lumens for 200. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. You know better than that. Oh, shoot. I was kind of wrong on my... Wait. No, I wasn't wrong on my projector. So this is it right here. It should be right here. All right. SVGA. All right, so get you guys up close. So mine's an SVGA. Amazon has it for $299, which isn't bad at all. And I was wrong. My lumen count is not 36. It's actually 38. Oopsie. That's my fault. I literally thought it was 36. It was actually 3,800 lumens. Still, the fact that, and it's not 1080p. It supports 1080p, but it does not support 1080p. Not full 1080p. Not at 600 by 800 res. It doesn't SVGA. Don't believe that. When it says that, when it says it supports 1080p, it doesn't. It kind of like it kind of scales it up. Kind of like pixel shifting. That dumb nonsense. That's still the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Pixel shifting. We push the pixels together so that way you can have 4K. Yeah, okay, sure. But I'm actually getting 4K. Well, you're not getting 4K. You're getting your eyes are being tricked. They're fooled to seeing 4K. Yeah, sure. That's the biggest gimmick ever. So here we have it here now. Same projector right here on eBay for $224. Someone got one for $224. Someone got one for $317. Someone got one here brand new in the box. Brand new in the box for $224. In the box. New. Mine came in the box. Literally, mine came in the box. When I did the unboxing, it was in the box. I was like, this thing is practically brand new. Someone has one in the box, brand new. $200 right there. I told you it costs a lot of money. $200 right now. It's the same projector. I just did in the demonstration right now. $200. $259 right there. These are a bit too much. You want too much for that. It's too much money. $249, still cheap. And don't pay. I hate to say, I don't put anybody down on their page. I'm not, but that projector's not worth that kind of money. It's not. It should be way less than that. That's too much. That's way too much for that projector. 175 on bids. You might get lucky on that one. I mean, you might get lucky on it, but then again, the bid could just go up and you end up paying more for what the projector's worth. These right here are just too much. No, you're better. These are all within the United States. Let me see. I like to go in and hit my US only. Those of you are outside the US. You know how that one's going to go. So bottom line is, I'm hitting US only. That one's $224. That's brand new in the box right there. Somebody's got one brand new in the box. This right here for $317, you can get it for much cheaper. $200 right here, $25 for shipping. Not bad. It's only $225. I got mine for $150, but I told you that. You know, when I buy stuff, God always directs me where to go. So I get my stuff for a lot cheaper. But like I said, at the end of the day, that's not bad when you think about for a projector. When you got some places that want to charge you all this money for the expensive projectors, and people say, well, yeah, I have them here. I've got big boys here. I got big projectors here. You know what I mean? But it's overkill. It's a bunch of overkill. That's all it is. You don't have to spend that kind of money. You got the right screen. That's all you need. You have to have a good screen. This is where our technology comes in handy. When people used to tease us and go, oh, you're doing 720p only. How come you don't do 1080p? How come you don't do 4K? Because we don't need it. Don't need to buy a 4K projector. For what? You got a 4K projector, you got 1080p, but you're sitting in the dark. Your screen doesn't even look like mine. And the reason why I know it doesn't look like mine is because for the simple fact that whatever screen you have over there, I have over here too. So I have just about every sample sheet I can get my hands on. And we tested them all. So I know for a fact that this screen can beat majority of the screens out there on the market because we tested it already. We did those live demonstrations. So there's no way in the world this screen's coming close to this thing at all, period. So we've done those tests already. So if you spent a lot of money for your projector and your image is not coming the way mine's coming up, then there's a good chance that your screen's failing the daylights out of you. Because your projector should look a heck of a lot better than that. The specifications, I read off some of these projectors sometimes when I go in and check them out. Whoa, your projector should be the picture image should be much better. Much better. You should get a much better image of that. But this is what we're using for now. This is going to be our projector right here. From now on, it's going to be that 800 by 600. You see how much it costs? They're very cheap, very affordable. With the screen paint, you get an amazing image. Don't have to calibrate. Keep your projector in factory settings. You have to go through any of that nonsense that they tell you that you have to go through. And you got to calibrate this. I just put my cord out by accident. My bad. You got to calibrate. You got to go through this. You got to go through that. No, you don't. I got away from my projector. I yanked the cord out by accident. Yeah, when people tell you that you got to calibrate, and they had to calibrate theirs, because this screen's not good. Tomorrow. Yeah, those of you out there, happy St. Patty's Day. I know it's a little late now, but happy St. Patty's Day. Got Irish in the family. We got Irish and Russian in our family. My sister's last name is Slovak. And we have a few O'Neills. No O'Malleys, but we have a few O'Neills. But her last name is Slovak. One of the things I love about my mother the most is my mother grew up in an era where she grew up with segregation. That's how she grew up. My mother was born 1936. You know that? She was born 1936. Her birthday's today too. She just turned 85. But she lived in a time where you couldn't go to school if you was a certain color. You know, she lived in that era. She lived in the era that she remember getting her first black and white TV. Everything was done by radio. And everything she went through, she still allowed her kids to be able to marry outside the race. Her mother don't see color, trying to see people. And that's how it should be. So because you're being like that, I got a chance to meet a lot of interesting people. Because in a family of 10, only one person in my family married African American. We got just about everything in our family. We could do hands across America easy. You gotta see my, if you ever saw my their kids, wow, amazing. It's an amazing thing. I'm telling you, some people don't like that, but it's a shame if you like that. It's an amazing thing. When I sit there and go through, we used to have family reunions and sit there all the different races, and they would bring all the different kinds of food. I got a chance to experience a lot of stuff. Yeah, man, experience a lot of stuff. When I don't drink, I tried a few times, and tried a few drinks here and there because out of curiosity. But man, I learned a lot of things, man. A lot of things about people. And people that can't see, that can't get past a person's color, boy, you miss out on so much in life. You do. You miss so much in life. You do. I couldn't care what color you are. I don't care if you're polka dot, stripe, pinstripe, green, blue, red, whatever you are. You're brother to me. Either way at the end of the day. And that's how it should be. Be a wonderful world if it was like that, wouldn't it be? Yes, it would. All be one. Okie dokie. I gotta pull out. This projector literally has to be pulled back. I mean, I literally have to pull it back to fit the screen. And I have to adjust it. Remember, there's no keystone. We don't have keystone in here. Keystone's a little easier. Gotta bring it back. There we go. Right? It ain't fitting too perfect, but it's there. As for me, this is what I gotta do. Remind you, my projectors are not mounted, so if this one was mounted, I can turn it on every single time. It would be there, but it's not mounted. I swap out from projectors all the time. Now, if you get one of these projectors, keep in mind yours is gonna be mounted. It's gonna be stationary. You're not gonna be moving it. Like that's stationary. That doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. That's stationary. It just stays there. But these right here, these are the ones I just move out in and out for demonstration. So I have to change them back and forth. All right. Let me see. Let me get something over here. Over here. Like I said, someone had a brand new for 200. Brand was 200 something. I might just grab that one. No, I don't need it. What I need, I got one right here. That's for y'all. With the technology, it looks incredible. Now, I've already done this on the black TV. The black screen. We actually did use this same projector in the demonstration against the TV versus the black screen paint, the 12 upstairs. This projector has sound, doesn't it? It does have sound. Oh, no. The music, the introduction doesn't have sound. That's what it is. I wish this came in ultra short. Oh, it does come in ultra short. There's which it was cheaper. Oh, don't get me wrong. I had needed the ultra short throw ViewSonic on the floor, but I did not want to spend $1,200 for a projector. I just really did not want to spend it. But man, at 150 bucks, boy, if these things were 100, these were 150 bucks. Oh heck yeah! I haven't filtered the entire house. I have the entire house covered with these bad boys. But apparently, can't get it for cheap. But I got the NEC. The NECs are nice, and I love the NECs. And I've just rented the entire house. The lamp here for the other one, it's gonna be coming in pretty soon. I paid $57 for that one on Amazon, brand new. For the other one, because the other projector I bought has a different model number than the rest of them. That's that Infinity Black Slate. Now this is a spray-on application, really quick to give you some information about the screen paint. It is a professional kit. It is a spray-on application. If you are going to be painting this on a fixed frame screen or any screen that basically is not transparent, you are going to have to prime the surface. I say the best way to prime the surface, darkest screen paint possible. Sorry, not screen paint, my fault. Darkest primer possible. And if you're going to be using this for a rear projection, as I did many times in some demonstrations, then you basically are going to, how it's applied onto that surface, it actually, the more coats you put on, the darker it gets. 3 is the max. 3 is so dark you literally can't see right through the screen. So you can adjust how dark you want it. We got to do a few spray-on demonstrations. Yeah, 200. I think it was 200. I gotta check that back. 200 something for that. But just going, I'll put the link at the bottom. I'll put the model number. I gotta put the model number anyway. I put the model at the bottom. You can go on eBay. I was just going to eBay and get it. If you go on Amazon, you're gonna want $300 for it. That projector jumped, by the way, because when I bought it, it was $260 the first time I bought it. Now they want $300 for it. I'm curious if they watch my demonstrations, which I doubt they do. And that's with no calibrating, right out of the box. Real quick, I'll show you something right here. We're going to our menu. We're going to go into our settings right here. I'm going to hit on this right here. I want you to look at my aspect ratio in my settings. See where it says 235.1? It has 235.1, an anamorphic lens and a projector that's that cheap. Do you have any idea how much an anamorphic lens costs? How expensive they are? They're not cheap. Like I said, if you were to get the adapter that goes over the top of your projector that has a slotty lens back and forth, they're $1,300 to $1,400. If you were able to buy the actual projector, keep in mind, like I said, a lot of money. Because as I said before, I got projectors upstairs, venue projectors, and they can cost about $3,000 or $4,000. And none of them have 235.1 at all. None of them. No projector in this house has a 235.1 setting except for this one and that one. At all my Christie's and other Sony projectors, Panasonics in here, none of them have it. You're going to have to pay some money if you want that bad boy. JVCs usually have them, but you go check and see how much a JVC costs. Oh, man. That's why it baffles me, like, How do you take your an SVGA projector and then they put that 22,000 to 1 contrast in it? Which doesn't make a difference, to tell you the truth, because the screens that we got over here are going to see it regardless. The black screens are just going to pick it up even darker. Now this screen today is going to be painted over. It's something I'm working on downstairs. We're going to several projects downstairs. One of them, the projects are going to be painted over this screen. Probably tomorrow I'll do that paint over tomorrow. And that is going to be a weatherproof product we're working on for outdoors. We can use it inside if you want to use it inside, but also for outside. This is going to be like all around. Like you could paint inflatable screens with it, whatever you want with it. I mean, you can paint some crazy stuff with it. Then we got some package deals we're going to start this summer. So waterproof LED lights with some of them, you know what I mean? So you can have your outside lights all lit up. You don't have to worry about getting electrocuted because they're not waterproof. So we're going to have some outdoor packages, because I know some of us, you know, if you live in the warmer states, you're good. But if you live in the colder states, man, you're stuck inside, man. You're stuck inside. I can't wait to get outside and just, I took it for granted last year, I did. Because last year I had the whole setup outside and I only spent a little bit of time out there. I had the whole patio furniture, everything set up. This year, I'm going to be outside all the time, man. I told you, I took everything from I'm going to have the deck looking like it's outside. Have you ever been to IKEA and seen that nice little setup? I'm going to have it looking just like that. You're going to think you're inside, but you're actually outside. That's what the vibe I want to give off. I have a nice little kitchen in the back. I'm looking at getting the power converter over here. A couple of solar panels. Give me a nice little kitchen. I can run me a nice little air fryer oven. They got an air fryer oven, like a little mini oven. You can put pizzas and stuff like that in it, and hamburgers and make a chicken, all kinds of cool stuff in there. Mini popcorn maker out there. I'm having looking like a little kitchen here and a setup here so I can sit down and do the ultra short throw and watch my movies. Oh man, I cannot wait for this, man. I cannot wait for this. And I'm gonna do all this on the cheap. So anybody can do it. You don't have to have a lot of money to do it. That's the whole purpose. And I'm doing it with an acoustic screen outside. I want cookies right now. I literally want some chocolate cookies. All right. Thank you all for taking the time to come in and watch the demonstration. I'm going to go over and sit down and relax for a minute. Maybe get me something to eat. I don't know. And I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. As for the orders, we already sent out all tracking numbers for everybody, so we're all good to go. You'll be shipping out tomorrow morning. Good to go. Driver's going to be out early. Any orders that'll be coming in will be for next week. All right. By next week, we should have the new acoustics on, which is the 235.1s, and we should have the 135-inch acoustic, and the exotics will be back on the website, which we're going to have that chocolate. We're going to have the blue unicorn, and a couple other ones are going to be on there. All right. Thank you all for your time. I have to go. Be safe out there, and God bless.